What a year, party people. Ugh. Things have been wonderful, horrible, in between. We've been busy, and this is the first video I've filmed for you guys in a while. Gonna be taking down some videos due to changes, stats, and recent events. We'll get to that in a moment. But first off, I just want to say, hey, how you doing? Welcome to Dragon Ridge Cast 6. I am Jacob Snow, for those of you new here. Yeah. Lead designer of Legends of Albion. I wear many hats, and trying to find more heads to put them on is often challenging, but something we're working on. I haven't recorded in a while because I've been primarily focused on staying alive and paying my bills. Keeping the content coming. It has been a roller coaster and a half, but I'm still here. Yeah. So, let's get right into it. Stats and recent events, views and posts. As you can see from the picture in the background, the past couple of days have been wild. Starting on July 14th, we had 50 views from one person. I don't know who you are, but you are a fucking legend, my dude. Showed up, looked at everything, downloaded everything we had, and pretty much just blew us up overnight. Made July catch up to June. The 15th, we had 3 more people show up, download everything, look around a little bit, not as much as that first guy, but still downloaded everything, which was super awesome. July 16th, we saw even more views, which took July past and above what we got in June. This is partially due to expanding focus, which we'll get to in a minute. And July 17th, we've already racked up 20 views. And it's only been 8 hours since the day began. Big shit. It's, we kind of been blowing up over here, and I'm super happy for it. I am here for it, my dude. I've been posting a little bit more. It seems to be helping. Recent events include expanding our focus, things we blog about, things that I just talk about on our website. Usually I keep it very focused on Albion related things. But I'm starting to branch out. This is made evident by one of my most recent posts, and the one that was pretty solely responsible for our views on July 16th, and why we had so many people, was I decided that I would research and talk about the Warhammer 40k Kill Team Octarius box set and all of the drama around it, and try to put some people's minds at ease, because oy vey, it's been a freaking cataclysm over at the Kill Team Facebook forums. Games Workshop, all I can say is I hope you know what you're doing. So that's been crazy, and that was the first post in hopefully what will be a series of Tabletop Gossip, where I talk about, different tabletop happenings, maybe even put my history degree to work, writing about board game history, such as the sordid and wretched history of Monopoly. I'm surprised nobody's tried to make a movie about it yet, honestly. Yeah, I'll probably post about that soon. Expanding our focus has expanded our views. It really has. And it's kind of helped me not feel confined anymore, which is great, because that feeling of confinement is freaking brutal when you're doing any creative endeavor. It's not that I don't love Albion, it's that I often run out of things to say, and I start tripping over myself, and it just starts to feel super awkward. So expanding my focus has made it a lot better for me mentally to be working on this. I've got a lot more to say now, and I look forward to journeying into the broader world of tabletop games and TCGs, etc., etc. In those arenas, there is no shortage of things to talk about. So stay tuned on that, true believers. we've got a lot going on, a lot in the works. Big things coming as Legends of Albaden rapidly approaches that milestone of milestones, the 5th anniversary. That happens in 29 days. I was going to do this on the 16th. It's just saying exactly a month, but no, it's 29 days until is to the day when Albaden released. But we'll be celebrating the 5th year anniversary for the entire month of August, maybe bleeding into September. Who can say? So, part of that big celebration, I wrote a novel. That's right. Legends of Albaden Falling Stars Anthology. 620 pages of high fantasy goodness. Sleek, attractive matte cover. We have an ebook, as you can see right there. Not showing the ebook because I don't like having my browser open when I'm trying to do this and clicking around. I don't want to accidentally open Facebook and dox everybody who's on my friends list. That wouldn't be very cash money of me, now would it? The ebook is $10, half price because half production costs, and way under half production costs. But the paperback, oh my god, it's so nice. I want to get one myself, but I will warn you, there are shipping delays on the paperback due to COVID, and they're still back ordered from 2020. Perfectly understandable. But starting today and until the 24th, you can get 25% off your ebook purchase with code BNP Legendary, which is a little promotion that I've put together for you guys. More promotions on the way, especially as we hit that big 5th anniversary. But I released it in July because I didn't want something weird to go out. Didn't want the computer to eat my files or whatever, so we released it in July, which is good because this book, while not necessary to have fun with Legends of Albaden in the game, does explain where the story is going now. With the first story kind of explaining where we were with the PvP war and stuff like that. And the rest of the book explaining how we get to our next season, which is good old Season of the Rift. It's an amazing book. I've really enjoyed it. Pardon me. Everybody who has read it, both the proofer and members of our elite cadre of testers, players, no-hopers, jokers, and rogues in our Discord server, before the book published, in that 3 days while it was uploading, we let people have some early access to it. Everybody who read it loved it, so be sure to grab your copy while the coupon is there, and spread the word. Super excited about this book. It's got a lot of my favorite. It's really amazing. It's so fun to talk about. Yeah, I feel so weird talking about it because it's like, hey man, it's my own horn. So yeah, don't forget, 20% off any cookbook with code COOK20. Help out our cookbook authors. God knows they helped us a lot last year. So that's the end of this segment of the video, where we talk about the more life-related stuff, stats, meta information, if you will, information outside of the game. I'm really stressed out by external factors, which is why we've been a little slow on getting these videos out. Life kind of just decided to fall apart on all of us all at once. Everybody on the development team has been having a super hard time. And, well, there's been a lot of highs, there's also been a lot of lows, which is one of the reasons I'm kind of as manic as I am, is because I'm pushing through. If Bo Burnham can do it, so can I. Now we start talking about the actual game stuff. What's next for player versus player? This is the season of PvP, season of the arena, season of heroes, and it's also the first season all year that I haven't been happy with. While the PvP introduced in Season of Heroes is good. It's just that. It's good. It's good. You know, you say that after somebody asks you how you liked your food or how you liked the movie, and you don't want to hurt their feelings. It was good. Uh, I I like what we did with it this season, but I know I can do better. And because of all my stress and all my anxiety and how busy I've been, I'm not happy with the product I released, and I hate that. I freaking hate that. I hate that feeling. It's the first time all year with anything Albany related I've had that feeling of failure, and don't like it. So that was what spawned that feeling of this could be better. Spawned Project Guild War, which is something I've been trying to perfect for quite some time now, and I'm finally close. I can almost reach out and grab it. Hopefully, it will be releasing at some point in August. If not, we will be having a season of the Guild War in September. Project Guild War focuses on different adventuring guilds who wind up finding beef with each other. And it happens more than you would think. While the PvP war in third edition's kickoff was the heightened form of this, where it almost turned into an actual freaking world war for Albaden. Guild wars are going to be smaller affairs than that, not as morally complicated. It's up to the players and the guilds to figure out what they've got beef about, be it the manner in which they deal with bandits, or hey, you totally snatched that royal bounty out from under me and my homies. How freaking dare you, sir? I'll see you on the battlefield. Project Guild War is going to largely place the narrative of why what's happening in player hands, and we're going to work on making it easier for you to get in touch with me about what's going on, and I will be talking about how these guild wars are going out and how they're affecting the narrative at large. Player versus player system and how you set up and start the games is going to be different from how it has been in the past. It's not going to be the structured war bands. This is what you can bring into battle. This is what you can't. Affair. You're going to have a lot more freedom, a lot more creative agency over what happens with your guild, what your guild brings to the table in terms of combat capability and how you fight. Pretty much the strongest main thing that will be carrying over from the core game of Legends of Albaden will be your adventurers, members of your guild, guild leaders, the whole 9 yards. We're really going to dive deep on making the guild system interesting and also making the PvP system interesting. Will that be a little more complicated than what you're used to with Legends of Albaden? Yes. Is that a bad thing? No. Player versus player in any game usually has a steeper learning curve than the PvE offerings, as is evidenced by games like For Honor and Diablo. Just because you're good at massacring bots in For Honor or have completed the story in Diablo does not mean you're worth crap in PvP. So there will be a bit of a learning curve. Things will be a little different. We'll be talking about it more as I get it more polished and more ready for the spotlight, but it will still be the same combat system, but how you get to combat will be a little different. Progression, rewards, and reflections on the core game. Like I said, we're trying to keep the impact of this a little smaller, which is why you're not going to be duking it out with other guilds in the heart of the city or any shit like that where there could be massive civilian casualties. No. There will be set arenas that you'll be able to fight in. But firstly, Guild War will still have leveling. You'll still be able to get power and gold from it. So that will reflect on your core game experience. But unto itself, there is also going to be guild progression. Rewards that you get, but that will be usable in the main game, but also rewards that are primarily in Guild Wars, such as new shit for your armory to equip your soldiers with, new soldier types that you can unlock, only once you've gained enough guild experience, etc., etc. What about core game things? Well, there will be missions in which you can bring guild soldiers with you, included but not limited to raids or torment encounters where you can use all the bodies you can get. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be what you should have gotten this season, but better. It's gonna be really good. I'm really excited for it. Next up, next season, Season of the Rift. The narrative as to how we get to Season of the Rift is, again, explained in the Falling Stars anthology. But long story short, Season of the Rift is bringing a lot of new content. Like, we're talking beyond light levels of new content. New races, new classes, new gear, several things that we'll be talking about in the next slide. Season of the Rift features new area to interact with, new monsters to fight, new challenges to conquer, and it's going to be fun. It's really good for later game players, people who've been here for longer, but there will be things introduced in Season of the Rift for beginners as well. We're not just going to go, alright, time to just cater to the late game guys, early gamers, just keep doing the same shit. Nah, I'm not going to do that to you. But there is going to be stuff that will really help late game players have challenging encounters, because as my playgroup in our Discord server continues to play and get more powerful, that basic stuff doesn't cut it anymore. They just breeze right through it. So, for all you directors out there, you're starting to get exasperated. They keep killing my zombies. Don't worry. I've got stuff for you guys. And, your players are going to fucking hate me for it, but they won't hate you if all goes to plan. The Twilight Knight is one of the classes releasing next season. Primarily focused tanky damage dealer. Bit of a hybrid, really. Twilight Knight's going to be really good. I think it's going to shake up the character creation meta a bit. I'm not going to spoil too much because I still want there to be a surprise for you, but suffice it to say, they are different enough from the Knight and the Arcane Knight that it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, another one! I'm not trying to bog down the game with yet another Knight archetype, but this one's good. This one's really good. And the thing that I'm most excited about, at any rate, is the Ancient Boss. I'm not going to give any names or anything like that, but suffice it to say, the Ancient Boss is Albaden's first ever puzzle boss. It is very different from encounters that we've had in the past. It is a living hell to complete. It's nerve-wracking. It is. I've done it. But it was difficult. And I will say, in the very first round of combat, he murdered 2 max-level adventurers with literally no trouble. Would have been 3 if the third one hadn't been a knight and had the self-res. That is the knight's class ability. And we were barely able to take it down. It took 4 max-level adventurers giving it everything they had to knock out this ancient boss. Really good encounter, really solid, really fun, and stressful. Very stressful. Because you never know what's going to happen against this thing. Last thing that we're going to talk about is character creation changes. We didn't talk about this in a video or anything, but starting in July, character creation got changed. How skills work got changed. We made skills more like spells for people without magic. You have passive skills, which are skills that are always active, offensive skills, which you activate on your turn, and defensive skills, which you activate on the enemy's turn. This makes it a lot easier to add new skills. Makes it a lot easier for you to have a powerful character earlier in the game, who's powerful but not balance breaking, because you only want that in late game. makes it easier for people to understand. We had a couple of sessions where somebody who hadn't played in a while hopped on, and they were just able to, within 5 minutes of learning how the new system worked, completely rebuild their character with no problem. No sweat, no fuss, no muss. Next season, Season of the Rift, we'll be increasing the power cap yet again. We increased it this season to 150. Next season, we'll be increasing it to 175, and that's where it will be stopping for a little while, because we're starting to go into Destiny terrain here, where every season brings with it a new power cap, and you must continue to claw higher. While I understand the progression, the loop they're trying to establish with that, me personally, it's gotten annoying with Destiny. Always having to, your first couple of weeks once a new season begins, just keep grinding those upgrade modules. Every time, like, it's starting getting a little frustrating for me with Destiny. And I don't want to do that to you guys with Alvaden. Alvaden's better than that. But we will be increasing the power cap to 175, simply because a lot of the stuff you'll be fighting in Season of the Rift is very challenging. Very challenging and very fun. So very, very excited to be unleashing this upon you all. We'll be adding new skills next season that are linked to the new season, as well as just, cool shit that you can do. Not balance breaking entirely, but it's going to be some good stuff. Some more martial arts, which is something that they're special attacks that are functionally spells for melee characters or ranged characters, whichever you want. But nothing quite so broken as the Tenfold Lotus, which released this month. One of my favorite skills, and also one of the most expensive skills I've ever created. Actually, the most expensive skill I've ever created. 75 power to get Tenfold Lotus, but it is worth every single bit of effort it will take you to get it. Character creation changes. While this isn't necessarily character creation, it's still related. We will be adding some new systems to the loot system, to the potions system, and we'll also be adding some other stuff that you guys are really going to like. While the potion system and the other systems, like the slight reworks to the loot system, etc., might not be happening in August, they will be upcoming sometime before the end of the year. So that's really exciting. And we'll be adding more Mythic skills, because Mythic skills didn't get updated at the start of July. Even though I should have, I still felt comfortable with where they were, so I kind of left them alone. But we need to add some more new ones. We need to rework some of the ones that are currently there, because some of them are just, and this exists, why? I don't know. Why would I ever choose this as my end game feat? And we don't want people to be feeling like that once you get a Mythic skill. It needs to be something life-changing, like, thunder crashing in Destiny, or wiping the screen in Warframe by hitting triangle. Something like that. That's what Mythic skills need to be. And hell, Tenfold Lotus might wind up being a Mythic skill before all is said and done. But more Mythic skills are on the way, and they will be coming out in August, as well as any reworks that we need to do. I've enjoyed talking about this with you guys. I really have. It's been a good video. Hopefully I'll be able to do more, because I'm starting to catch a second wind, as they say. Steady as she goes and straight on to morning. It's been hard. It's been a hard couple of months. There have been highs and lows, as I said. But I'm starting to feel like I'm moving forward again, which is good. And I'm looking forward to taking you all with me on this next leg of the journey. Almost 5 years, guys. Almost 5 whole years of Legends of Albaden. And I'm grateful for it. I hope you all have a fantastic day, fantastic weekend, fantastic week approaching, fantastic whatever the fuck. And until next we meet, may your journey continue.